Hey guys, it's postboxpat and welcome back to a new video, and today I want to talk about one thing that everybody should know in Fortnite. And if you don't know this, or if you do know it and you don't always consider it, it's something that everybody needs to consider if you want to get them extra wins and stuff. And I will talk about it throughout the entire video from many different perspectives, so stay tuned for that and we'll get straight into it. So what is this one thing that everyone needs to know? That one thing is, do you shoot or do you not shoot? When I say this is all about a judgment call, and it's something that people do need to work on a lot in Fortnite. Now, there are probably a bunch of people watching this video who already know this and probably are pretty good at it, but there's also going to be a lot of people watching this video who sometimes shoot when they probably wish they didn't shoot, because you know you're probably going to get beat in that gunfight. And that's what I really want to address in this video, because it's something that really does see a lot. I see it a lot in squads when playing with a bunch of different people. I see it sometimes in solo when people engage at me, when really it's good for me because I know I can win the gunfight, but from their point of view I know they've lost because they've engaged at me with at a different moment which was not worth engaging at all. So it's all about getting that right judgment call, and throughout this video I'm going to be talking about it and how I do it in this gameplay, and something that you guys could use in your gameplay if you want to be able to get maybe some extra wins, or maybe you haven't won yet, or maybe you just want to win more games, or just generally want to know when to shoot or when not to shoot. This is something that everyone needs to address. Now, it may seem quite simple what I'm saying and stuff, but it really is quite simple. At this sort of situation I'm in right now, I'm just thinking, there's a guy at distance, I've just dropped in, it's early on in the game, it doesn't really matter if I die, there's only 70 people left, I'm not at the stage where I'm desperate to win the game. So at this stage you can either play really stealthy or engage at range. So I thought, I may as well shoot at these two. I've got pretty good accuracy on this game, so I get some pretty good ranged kills there. Nice little two smooth range kills, which are nicely done, and I think getting something like that in Fortnite Battle Royale is really useful. Just at getting range kills, and it just gives you a little bit kind of like an extra touch with your weapon. If you can get used to getting ranged kills like that, it's quite impressive, and it can be quite difficult sometimes, but that was just a little test for myself, and I just said to myself, I may as well shoot this because it's early on in the game. It doesn't matter if I give my position away because I'm on a loot lake, and most likely no one's going to build across to me, so I've got a pretty good position. I'm inside the circle, and I thought, why not? So in that situation, that is what I thought to myself, and that's what you guys need to be thinking. You need to know, should I shoot or should I not? So here I am now, just reloading my weapon, thinking, what weapon should I take in? I see a blue AR, and I'm like, why am I leaving that? Let's pick that up. It's going to be an awesome weapon to be in combat with. So let's grab that, and we'll use that in a situation. So here I'm just checking around for some stuff, like chests and stuff, and thinking to myself, at this stage, I can hear like a bunch of shots and stuff, and I'm just thinking, let's try and show off how to do this thing. Do I shoot or do I not? Because it's something I've really wanted to address in the past, and I have addressed it a little bit, but not enough to be able to kind of like tell everyone that this is something that everyone should be doing. So here's some fail epic builds from me. Always happens to me when I'm trying to get some footage for some videos, but I've just managed to build up to this mountain really slowly, and I managed to build up nicely. Sometimes that's the downside to using these stairs, but oh well, that's a completely different video itself. So let's keep going up here and show you guys exactly what I mean by this. So I'm on a position now where I'm searching for them people that shots. They came from roughly around southwest area, probably around more like Pleasant Park that way. So I see Pleasant Park to my right, and I'm thinking, well, mine this tree here, get some wood just in case I get in combat and stuff. And this is all about judgment and like when to shoot and when not to shoot. So I'm just thinking, will I get any situations for this? And I'm going over here and I see someone in distance over there. Now, a lot of people may have shot at that sort of like range or may start shooting. So this is when it really does apply. Now, this person, I see them roughly at the gas station. Now, I could start engaging where I am, but they're on the roof. They've got cover. Bear in mind, they're probably going to be running to where I am, this direction, towards the inner part of the circle. So I'm thinking, why should I engage at them when they've got a lot of cover? So I'm thinking, wait a little bit and wait for them to get out of cover and then engage. Now, it happens, unfortunately, for them to go backwards towards Pleasant Park rather than towards me. So I decide to myself, let's engage. Now, the range on this with a triple burst is quite an extreme range, and not all the shots are going to hit. So I'm making sure I'm crouched down, getting the most accurate shots I can, and thinking to myself, we're getting some lovely shots off there. I've just got to see if I can keep hitting. I keep suppressing, and the person has actually moved. So fair enough, they moved more to the right, so that's the left of me. They've moved back to more cover by the gas station. So you can see how I did that, and what I used is, I just used the technique, waited, but unfortunately they happened to avoid my technique. But if they were to run towards me, towards loot lake, I most likely would have won that gunfight. Now, I've got a huge advantage because I did get some hits off of them, and it only took one shotgun shot to finish them off. So thanks to that, I managed to do that pretty easily due to that being like a major reason with me waiting to shoot. If I was to engage on them when they were inside the petrol station or where I am now, most likely they may have had a big chance of beating me because they would have had a lot of cover. They could have gone behind the petrol station, built up, and took the height advantage, or even built up higher behind the petrol station, and I would have been in a really bad situation. So it's all about getting them calls right. You've also got to be on your toes at all time. For example, I'm building up here now, and I can hear a little bit of things going on around here. So I kind of get up here, I fail the fall, and I'm like running around, and I think, what is going on? I can hear a bunch of stuff. I see another player over there to my right. He definitely sees me because he starts shooting at me, so I build to cover. Now, again, now they've engaged at me, I know I can shoot back. If they didn't engage at me, there would be like 50% of me that thinks they may have not seen me, so I may have a chance of sneaking up on them, and sometimes that's the better thing to do. He just misses that sniper shot. Very lucky of him, or very lucky of me to survive that and dodge it a little bit, but if he did hit, unfortunately I probably would have died there. So here I am just building a little bit of cover to get a little bit of height on this guy. Again, getting a nice little height, getting some shots off nice and smoothly, and there we are, nice triple burst. And then suddenly, this is when you have to react very quickly, you get attacked from behind. The way I reacted to that is I decided to switch to my AR, my other AR, just because I knew I had more ammo in it rather than using the triple burst at that close range. And then I managed to use the amazing Chug Jug to refill your health up fully. So that's just a little situation that you guys should apply this to. Just knowing about that little judgment then and then is really key. Now, early on in the game, this is something that I probably want to make an entire video on about early on in the game, because I always say I'm going to make videos on this stuff and do forget, but this one is something I definitely want to focus on, because it's something that potentially early on in the game, you don't need to apply this to the game. You can be quite aggressive, and if you die, you can just search for another game straight away. I think early on in the game, this sort of kind of discussion, like at this stage now, when it's like only 40 people, if there's less than 50 people, I'd say play it more, making your judgment calls correctly. But if there's more than 40 or 50 people, I'd just play how you want to play, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Now, on squads, however, the numbers are a little bit more narrow because obviously people are grouped together. So having 40 people left or 50 people left really isn't many groups at all. So you've got to consider that depending on what game mode you're playing on. But if you're playing on solo, feel free to just keep engaging really aggressively if you want to. Because, for example, if I was to engage when the person was in the petrol station, it would have been an interesting fight. It would have been a lot more interesting and a lot more difficult to kill them. So if you want that aspect of the game and make fights a little bit more interesting, you can do that. You're basically controlling your fights. That's what you're doing using this strategy, judging that, getting that right judgment call, knowing when to kill the enemy. You're controlling your fight, and that's something that it is very key, and it can be very crucial to understanding Fortnite itself and getting nice and easy wins. I noticed I hadn't played Fortnite too much like when I was playing this, and it was like my first or second game on, and I was doing really well, and I think it might have been my third game on actually, because I remember I won my first game, and I don't think I actually win this game, but it is just a really good gameplay clip to show you guys exactly what's going on with the judgment call and stuff. I actually do die to the storm on this just because I managed to trap myself in the storm and I was on my phone at the time. I was just trying to get gameplay clips for it, and I thought, you know, it doesn't really matter if I don't win this. I just want to get some really good gameplay for it. But off the topic of trying to win this game, I'm just trying to point out exactly what's going on. So I see movement to my left, another great movement. Now, these sniper shots aren't the best sniper shots, and they do miss, unfortunately, but I chose to engage because I knew it's difficult to build in the water, and I'm surprised that one didn't hit. I knew it was difficult to build in the water, so I just spray with my scar, absolutely suppress this guy down, nicely done, and just keep shooting with the scar and hope for to land a few shots. I knew he was going to struggle to build a base in the water, so I knew that I could take him out pretty easily. Now, with the new meta being in place with the minigun and stuff, on solo you don't see the minigun being played that much. But however, if you're on duo or squads, expect your buildings to maybe take some minigun damage, which can be quite deadly. That, again, is something that you want to decide when to engage and when not to engage with. If you're going to blow someone's structure down with a minigun, you want to, if you're going to absolutely tear it apart, you want to get the right decision, you want to be in the right position and everything to do that, because if someone shoots back at you while you're shooting the minigun and they've got a good advantage or a good height point to shoot back at you, you're most likely going to take a big chunk of damage, because an AR is always going to beat a minigun in combat. However, the minigun is very, very deadly at destroying structures, and that's its main use. So it's just all about decision making. With solo and stuff, you probably won't see the minigun played that much because it's kind of pointless, because you can turn around with an AR and absolutely wipe them out. But in other game modes, you will see the minigun absolutely ripping you apart in structures like Loot Lake and places like that. For example, if I was on duos or squads, then when I engaged at that guy, I probably would have used the minigun. Now, in this situation here, again, I get engaged first, so he chose to engage me at the wrong point, really. However, I do get attacked from two different angles, so I'm in a little bit of a doubt here, which wasn't wasn't too good for me to happen to me, so I just managed to drink up potions very, very quickly, with these potions being the fastest to drink. I see a guy in front of me at northeast, and they chose to engage in me. So they chose to engage, and that's something that was their decision. I've got rockets coming in from over there, unfortunately, which is kind of annoying. So I switched to my sniper. I fire a sniper shot. Unfortunately, they don't run into that. I just sprayed them down with the scar. Keep spraying with the scar. A weapon that I know I can do pretty well with. I try and get a little bit of height advantage. Unfortunately, the tree stops me there, and I managed to get my scar out again. Fully reload the scar. I know roughly where the guy's going to be, so I jump on this pad, see if I can see him anyway. I don't see him. It may have run round, and I think, oh, where's the guy gone? So I'm like, I'm in a little bit of a nervous situation here. So I see him there building up, and there he is. I choose to engage. He doesn't know where I am, so I chose to engage that fight there. There you are. I knew he was already on low health, so I managed to finish off the kill and get a nice little smooth kill. Now, knowing that there's going to be more people around, I had to play it a little bit more stealthy. There's got to be a guy around here. I knew I had 41 health, so I can take a little bit of storm damage, with the storm only probably being about 10 meters away. I build a little bit of height here. That guy's going all out trying to search for me. I decided to try and heal, but then I knew he was coming for me, so I just fire a rocket and get a nice little smooth kill. I knew I had to engage there, and then I switched to my bandages and heal up. It's all about getting that right judgment call, and it's something that everyone should apply to their playstyle and their game. It's not as hard as you think. You just got to be able to judge what to do in Fortnite Battle Royale. But that's it for this video. Make sure you guys try this out. If you haven't already tried it out, or if you are already using it, tell me how you think and what do you think of it. Do you think it's something that you should really consider, or do you think it's just complete nonsense what I'm talking about? I really don't mind what you think of it. Feel free, comment down below. It'd be interesting to see what you guys think of this kind of like thought process when playing Fortnite Battle Royale. I know a lot of people do get nervous in such situations on Fortnite Battle Royale, as I've experienced it with other people in squads and stuff like that, and this can be down to it making that right decision on shooting at the right moment and stuff. Sometimes if you feel more confident about making that right decision, you're going to have a better chance at winning the Fortnite Battle Royale game. I hope you guys have really enjoyed today's video. It's been really awesome. And if you're new around here, stick around for some awesome Fortnite content, because I produce content every single day on Fortnite Battle Royale, providing tips and tricks to help you guys get your victories on near enough every aspect of Fortnite. So it's really cool, and I enjoy doing the content as well. So if you want to stick around for that, feel free. Unfortunately, I do die in this gameplay, and it's an unfortunate death later on, but it's not really major. It was just a storm kill death. So it happened. It was unfortunate, but it's what happens sometimes in Fortnite Battle Royale. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe like I said. And once again, this is postboxpat, signing out.